on the brooms out today. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Sensitive Mediums here, recapping this afternoon's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Milwaukee Brewers as the Phillies defeat the Brewers by a final score of 8-3 as they sweep this 3-game series as we are now on a 7-game win streak. This Phillies team is certainly hot. Now, guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. I mean, we just continue to hit home run after home run. Of course, we had 3 home runs today. Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and Odubel Herrera. When we lead the National League in home runs, so we have 2 guys on the squad that are at 15 home runs on the season now, with Schwarber and Hart, right? So tied for the lead here on the Phillies with home runs, and the date is June 9th. See Kyle Schwarber in the home run derby. You're definitely going to see Bryce Harper in the All-Star game, and I do remember last year he said that he would do the home run derby if it was at Dodger Stadium. The 2018 MLB home run derby champion, right? Of course, he did beat Kyle Schwarber in the home run derby in 2018, which is kind of funny. Other teammates. To pick up the scoring over here in the bottom of the first inning, Willie Adams homers on a fly ball to center field. His 10th of the season off of Zach Eflin, and it's 1-0 Milwaukee here in the first. So a fast start for the Brewers here. They jump out to a 1-0 lead. I mean, I'm sure at this point of the ball game they felt pretty good. They have reigning NL Cy Young Award winner Corbin Burnes on the mound, so they give him a nice 1-0 lead. Then we pick it up here in the top of the second inning. Bryson Stott grounds into a force out as Didi Gregorius was out at second, but Bryson Stott was able to beat out the throw. And Nick Castellanos comes around to score, and the Phillies tie it at 1. So we're able to, kind of manufacture a run there. So again, runs any way you can, right? Any way you can. Thankfully, he didn't grind into a double play. Of course, he almost did, but we're able to just get the job done. Just score him any way you can. Score him any way you can. Runs or runs. Runs or runs. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 5th inning. JT Realmuto, somebody you don't really see too often. Of course, Nick Castellanos gets on to load the bases here. JT Realmuto was coming up next. Like, oh my goodness gracious. I mean, this is one of the worst people you want to see in this kind of situation, right? Not a clutch hitter. Does not get the job done with one scoring position. Luckily, he kind of proved me wrong on this one as he sits a second place fly out to left field. Some fundamental baseball at the bat of JT. And Kyle Schwarber comes around to score. And it's now a 2-1 Phillies lead. So we take the lead. So JT Realmuto with some fundamental baseball, something we don't really see too often. So he collects an RBI. And then we pick it up here in the same inning. Didi Gregorius was a home run shy of the cycle today, as he has a little check swing down the left field line. Fair ball. Rhys Hoskins comes around to score, and that went down as a double. Gregorius' 5th of the season. 3-1 Philadelphia. So how about that? How about that? So a check swing double at the bat of Didi Gregorius. So that was just great, man. I mean, that was so lucky. That was just so lucky. We pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hunter Renfroe homers on a fly ball to center field. His 10th of the season, and the Brewers is now down by 1, a 3-2 ball game. Renfroe definitely having a decent season over there from the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, he is a former member of the San Diego Padres. I mean, not the greatest defender, of course. He makes it a 3-2 ball game to the Brewers. I mean, this was a really tight game. Of course, it ended up being an 8-3 final score. But honestly, this was really just a tight game. I mean, these were 2 teams that were battling it out. So this was definitely a nail biter, but not at the end, right? Not at the end. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 7th inning. Some nice insurance off the bat of the reigning NL MVP. As Bryce Harper homers on a fly ball to center field off of the scoreboard out there. Went farther than this one yesterday. I think it went around 425 feet. And the Phillies get that run back as it's now a 4-2 ball game. So Bryce Harper smokes his 2nd home run back-to-back days. 15th of the season overall. This guy continues to stay hot. What he's doing right now here on June 9th of 2022 and what he was doing June 9th, 2021, he's having a better season right now than he was a year ago. The home runs are definitely there. I think he was around like 10 home runs this time last year. Pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, I was in the mood for kind of a Schwar bomb, right? I was really in the mood for one as he homers on a fly ball to right center field. A 2-run shot that also scores Moniak. And that was Schwarber's 15th of the season, as I said. I mean, Harper with 15, Schwarber with 15, and the Phillies now lead it 6-2. I think at that point, right there, after the Kyle Schwarber 200 run, I think you felt pretty good. good, right? We now have a 4-run lead. This bullpen has been pretty good recently over this past week. So I think I'm thinking like, hey, I think we got this in the bag. After a 4-hit night last night, he comes out the next day and smokes a home run to right center field. That ball was crushed. A lot of long home runs to the Phillies today. And we pick it up here in the top of the ninth inning. Just icing on the cake. And another long home run as Odubel Herrera smokes a home run to right field, way up there. A 2-run shot also scores Harp. Herrera's 5th of the season, and it's an 8-2 ball game. So the Phillies have a commanding 6-run lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. So Odubel Herrera continues to stay high. 850 OPS for El Torito. An 850 OPS for this guy. And he's in his average sits at 279, just 1 point shy of 280. So this guy's definitely had a season that's kind of gone under the radar. It's not really been talked about very much. Of course, he hasn't had a great amount of playing time, but the playing time that he's had, I mean, he's definitely done decent. I mean, there's no question about it. So stay hot, El Torito. Of course, he's one of the streakiest players that I've ever seen, but he absolutely crushed that ball. Pick it up here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Old friend Andrew McCutchen was on a line drive the other way to right field. Christian Yelich comes around to score, and it's now an 8-3 ball game. So the Brewers get a little bit closer. Andrew McCutchen drives in another one off of his former team, but to no avail. Andrew McCutchen and the Milwaukee Brewers get swept by the Phillies. So McCutchen's former employer comes in and sweeps him out in 3 games. Excellent job. And we're now just 1 game under 500. 1 game. How about it? A lot of fans are calling it the Thompson turnaround, right? And of course, new manager Rob Thompson, the Thompson turnaround. Just crazy, right? You know, tomorrow's going to be a week that we fire Joe Girardi. So Rob Thompson has been managing this team for a week. It's hard to believe, and he's done one heck of a job. And honestly, I do notice a difference. I do. He values on count more. I mean, he doesn't do all these changes. Of course, thank God the double switches went away. Of course, after last year because of DH coming. Of course, technically you could still do one, but I mean, why would you? But my point is that he leaves guys in the game longer. I like his managerial style. These guys are having fun. Not only are they playing good baseball, but they're having fun. They look like they're having fun. I mean, this is fun baseball. This is very fun baseball to watch. They're having a good time. They are having a good time. They don't look so uptight. And Dombrowski, we kept emphasizing that too. It doesn't take a genius to see. I mean, this team really wasn't having that good of fun. I mean, they just weren't. So it's nice to see them loosen up. This feels like a different energy. And I understand the Phillies in past, have won all these games and strung all these wins together, and then they just collapse. And could the Phillies do that? Yeah, of course. It could be very, very Phillies here, but this feels different. This feels like a different energy in the air. I could just feel it. They're playing with more heart. They are certainly playing good baseball right now. Undefeated in the month of June. And of course, tomorrow's going to be June 10th. We have the measly Diamondbacks coming to town, so that certainly should help. Also, these games are the longest games. I mean, my goodness gracious, nearly 4 hours it took today. We have the longest game. It was a big one. The 2-run shot to right center field for his 15th home run of the season. 209 average, 809 OPS. Stay hot, Kyle Schwarber. Stay hot, Kyle Schwarber. Another 2 ribbies. And Rhys Haskins also collects a knock this afternoon, also collecting a walk, a 221 average, a 706 OPS as he gets that OPS above the 700 mark. Bryce Harper, 2 knocks this afternoon. Crushed home run out to center field. They hit off of the scoreboard. He also hits a single out to right center field. Thought about stretching it into a double, but he stayed put at first. He also struck out twice off of Corbin Burns' back. I mean, he really had a good afternoon. 308 average. LPS now climbs above 1,000 at 1,001. The MVP. I mean, this guy continues to rake. I mean, him and Manny Machado. How about that? Him and Manny Machado are having probably some of the top seasons in the National League. I mean, these guys are on fire. Castellanos also collects a knock this afternoon, and he draws 2 walks. I mean, so it gets his OPS now up to 718, and of course we don't really. I'd like to see Nick Castellanos draw a little more walks, so it's nice to see that. 2 walks for him this afternoon. Joe Barrera home hit. It was a big one. That ball he destroyed out to right field. As I said, the Phillies had a lot of long home runs today. A 2-run shot for Herrera and JT Muto. Of course, he did go hitless, but he was able to hit that sacrifice fly out to left field. Some fundamental baseball. That's all we ask. That's all we ask is fundamental baseball. fundamental baseball. I mean, I love it, man. I love it. And Didi Gregorius, have a day. I mean, a home run shy of the cycle. So that check swing, lucky double down the third base line. I mean, my goodness gracious. Alec Bohm, a rough hitless performance. Average now drops to 255. OPS now sits at 655. It just goes to show you. I understand he hit the home run in game one of this series, but he's just kind of a singles hitter, and it reflects in the OPS. It really reflects in that OPS. It was 655 OPS. First of all, he doesn't really walk that much. Also, he very rarely does he ever. He doesn't really rank up the extra base hits. He's mostly a singles hitter, and he pokes everything the other way. And Bryson Stott, a hitless performance this afternoon, when he was able to draw a walk. And Mickey Moniak also drawing 2 walks here this afternoon. So as a team, we drew 7 walks this afternoon. So that's part of the reason why this game took so long. Eflin allowed 3 walks. As you go take a look at his start, 4 innings, 4 hits. 1 run was earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The pitch count was certainly high. He really didn't have that good of a day today. And, of course, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was just, okay. It was kind of mid. It was kind of middle of the road. Kept this in the ball game. Didn't go very deep, of course. As I said, the pitch count was pretty high. Didn't really have that good of a command of his pitches. And that's the problem with him. If Zach Eflin can't locate, it's just not going to be a good day for him because, honestly, he doesn't have the greatest stuff in the world. So he heavily relies on location. And, of course, essentially all, pitchers in this game rely on location, but some more than others. If you have good stuff, you don't really have to hit the exact spot for it to work. Great example, Max Scherzer. I mean, you go take a look with Zach Wheeler. I mean, Zach Eflin, if his stuff doesn't hit the exact location, then it's going to be a tough day for Zach Eflin. This goes to show you, either he's great or he's not. There's no man. I mean, today was kind of a mid start, honestly. I will say that today was kind of mid. It was just kind of middle of the road for him. Very rarely do you ever see a start like this at Zach Eflin. And as I said, either it's like fantastic or just absolutely like treacherous. Just kind of a middle road start for him. Nick Nelson, an inning, also allowing a hit, striking out 2 Connor Brogdon. It allowed that home run, but that was pretty much it. Seranthony Dominguez with a really solid bottom of the 7th inning as he was awarded the win, 3-1 now in the year. Jerry Familia also allowing a hit there in the bottom of the 8th inning, but he's able to get out of it. ERA now drops down to 3.43. And James Norwood there in the bottom of that inning, allowing the RBI single the other way to Andrew McCutchen. Luckily he was able to finally slam to a terrible call at first base. I'm down, right? I mean, he was clearly out. Of course, they called him safe, and the Phillies, I mean, that was one of the quickest reviews I've ever seen. Like, they just put the headphones on and like, the Philadelphia Phillies have won their challenge. That was not a good call. I mean, the ball beat him. I mean, he was out. I mean, it was very obvious that he was out. So he's sweep for the Phils. A sweep for the Phils. 7 in a row. 7 in a row. How about it? So a 3-game series against the 28-31 Arizona Diamondbacks. I mean, of course, they're a lot worse on the road, too. You have to keep that in mind. So they're a really, really bad team on the road, so that really gives me a lot of hope. Gowan, 4-1 with a 2.40 ERA. Kyle Gibson going for the Phils, 3-2 with a 4.40 ERA. So hopefully we get a good start out of him. Oh, my gosh, please. Hopefully this offense will stay high. I think it probably will. You can't get lazy with this Diamondbacks team. I understand they're not very good, but they're not like the worst team in baseball like they were last year, but they're still just not a good team. They're honestly overperforming right now, 28-31. I'm actually surprised they're at that. I don't think that they're that good. But I don't think they're the worst team in baseball. They're definitely, towards the bottom for sure, even though they're not playing right now. So they're on the road, so we got to at least take 2 out of 3 here. I mean, come on. Of course, the 7-game winning streak, of course, will die at some point. But we just got to keep playing good baseball. We're having fun. We're fighting. The other thing I noticed, we kept scoring. We kept scoring, in separate innings, which I really, really like. We have a tendency to cluster our runs together, so it was more spread out, which I like a lot better. So 7-5 the first pitch. Tomorrow night, Gowan, Gibson. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section at Phillies Hot Stove Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at photstovemedia. Call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, phillieshatstovemedia@gmail.com. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phils! Sweep 7-game winning streak here.